Hey YouTube, no video yesterday. I dug this out to do a video with yesterday, and after doing a video on it, I realised I've never really given this guitar enough playing or credit. It's actually really good. This is a George Washburn signature series g15v, V for vibrato. And look at the paint job on this. I was looking at this last night, and it's been hand done at some point. And it's a factory paint job, but it's like, I reckon, looking at where the neck goes on and stuff, I think this guitar was built before it was painted. And I think the only way I can think of doing this crazy colour scheme is to, like, I don't know, get like a paint brush and dribble paint on like 4 different colours, which I think is kind of look what it done. I was looking at it last night trying to decide whether it was some sort of wrap, but it's not, because they wouldn't put. If you look at the way it's been done, it's art. It's an art. So every one of these will be very different. This is from 1987. I think it's Japanese. It doesn't say Japanese on it though, but everything points that way. And it's a very high-end Washburn for the year. In the catalogue, which is available, it might be maybe the '86 catalogue. It's got it, but it doesn't have this paint job. It's just a G15, and it's got its own whole page in the catalogue, because it's got some fancy stuff in it. It's got a mid-boost circuit. This knob, it doesn't look right. Because of that catalogue, I realised that it is the right knob. So that's like a mid-boost circuit, which I was, yesterday when I was doing the video, saying, why would you ever turn it off? But I've kind of, since I've been playing it a little bit, I've kind of getting to understand this guitar a bit more. HSS pickups. I believe this one's called an Eliminator, or they're called Eliminator pickups. But I just found out yesterday these are stacked single coils of some description. It's like one pickup on top of another. So I didn't think you got them in '87, but there you go. It just shows it's quite a high end model. Got a Floyd Rose as well, a Washburn 600T. This is the one that's got the wee flaps, so you don't have to cut the ball ends off the strings. The strings go in the back, same as they do on a Strat. Got the locking nut at the top. Binding in the headstock, just Washburn branded tuners. Binding in the neck, shark fin inlays, 24 frets, and an on-off switch for each pickup. And the push-pull pot here, coil splits the bridge pickup. That's kind of in the input jack's at a funny angle, which, although you think it's a good idea, it's not a good idea, because it means when you sit the guitar on the floor, it squishes the lead in, and it's one of those stupid barrel jacks, which I hate. I wish it was just a normal one you can fix with pliers. So it's a wee bit noisy, which is annoying. So this I've had for 5 years or something like that. I bought this. I didn't actually buy this guitar. I bought the case this guitar came in on Gumtree, and it was like a sort of, there was an advert in Gumtree, and it was really cheap, and it was like a case. I'd just recently bought my first Washburn Falcon, or not technically my first one. First one was 8-string bass, but I bought the Falcon. I saw this case. I thought that's going to be perfect for it. It's like sort of leather look, bits of silver on it, quite classy with the Washburn logo. So I basically bought the case, and one of the pictures did have a picture of the guitar inside it. But it was a really out of focus picture, to be honest. I was looking at it on my phone on the ferry on the way back from work one day. So that was when I saw it, and I thought, oh well, I'll buy the case. The guitar's got to be worth something. It's just a generic Super Strat, because Washburn were famous for doing generic Super Strats. But it wasn't until I opened the case I looked at it and thought, oh my god, it's a really nice one. I assumed that this paint job had been done by somebody like me, like an art student or something. I don't mean I'm an art student, but it's not. It's a factory job. And then started looking at it and thinking it's got all the high end stuff on it. It's got massive frets, incidentally. But yeah. So the only thing that was actually wrong with this was the neck pickup didn't work, which I fixed, and it didn't have a cover for the battery box, so I made one out of record. Because it's got an active mid-boost circuit in it. The guy even had the tremolo bar. I was like, oh, amazing. But it's really not my style of guitar. It's like kind of when I started playing guitar, everyone had, it's just pretty much a Super Strat. But it's a really good Super Strat. It's got a really thin neck. It's kind of like, I've never really been impressed with an Ibanez RG since I got this, because this is better, is a higher spec. It's 1987, so I think that's pretty much when the RG came out. So this was that they were obviously trying to compete with it and making it a little bit fancy with the active electronics and the crazy paint job. The only other guitars I've seen with this paint job are also George Washburn signature series, and that's the EC29 and 36, which are like 29 frets and 36 frets. So the fretboards come in here and they squish the pickups up, and I think the 36 fret's only got, I don't think it's got a neck pickup at all. On the 29 fret, I think the neck pickup's kind of squished in at an angle. But it's this hardware on them as well, so I think that this is made in the same factory as those EC ones, but this is a sort of more normal guitar, just having the 24 frets. So I think I've probably talked enough about it. Last thing I was just saying, it's what I don't like about Super Strats. I'm not really a Super Strat fan, but I do have this one. I kept this because it was the first guitar I ever had that the Floyd Rose actually worked properly. It might be a Gotoh built one, the Washburn homemade one. I don't know. But what I was playing on this last night was sort of slow stuff and sort of stratty type things, because it is a Super Strat, whereas immediately my first going for it was straight onto the humbucker, get the distortion on and play some shred. It's a very good guitar for shredding. It's probably the lowest action of any of the guitars I've got. Really thin, you can imagine try to do your string skipping and arpeggios and stuff on this type of guitar. That's all pickups on, so this is a... I'm not going to bother cycling through. Reverb on, which I've never got on. I'm trying to do something using the chorus pedal, since this is very... Chorus was the thing in 1987. Bridge humbucker. must be with the treble boost up. So if I turn it down. Rat pedal. Dodgy input, kind of noise that. Fuzz! Not loud enough fuzz. Fuzz and phaser. actually got a wee bit lost with this guitar. It's really nice. It's just the whole thing. It's right at the end of where I think the best guitars came from. It's like this is a bona fide a proper super Strat. You know, like in 1987, that's when everyone went mad for your Steve Vais and Van Halen and stuff, where you've got a super Strat. And it's like these things like the three on off switches. That's very Schecter. Mark Knopfler had them on his Schecter Strat. So it's kind of, obviously it means you can have the outside two coils on, and that's splittable as well, so you got a fair, and then you can have all three pickups on, which is nice. Yeah. So 1987, kind of the end of the golden era as far as guitar designs are for me. I mean, that's okay. The headstock does date it a little bit. It's a little bit. Oh, I'm saying that. Do you know? I think you maybe still get guitars with headstocks like that, and the paint job's a bit silly. But apart from that, this is just what you can still buy now. You know, Jackson and folk like that are still making guitars aimed at whoever it is that liked this exact one. This one just fell by the wayside. Wasn't as popular as Ibanez or Jackson or any of these people. But rocking guitar, and no, Alan, I'm not selling it. As my pal was trying to buy it off me because he was looking at pictures on the Mad Malco guitars page. If you look on that and just go for photos, you can scroll through millions of photos. I kind of use it as a record for all the guitars that I've had going through my hands, and there's lots of really mad ones. There's a few quite expensive ones that aren't mine, and ones that was just didn't get fixed. But things like this are sitting in there, and it's like I kind of almost forgot I had it. And I said I really didn't pay for it because I bought a case and this came with it. Because it's not one I would have chosen, I don't think. Just because, as I said, it's a super Strat. I mean, my argument here is that one there's 86. That's not a super Strat. Well, you know, it sort of is, but it's not just a Strat with a Floyd Rose on it. It is roughly a Strat, and it does have a Floyd Rose on it, but it's not quite as modern super Strat. You don't really get that kind of guitar anymore. Whereas this one, if it didn't have the crazy paint job, it was just black, it would be quite a boring looking guitar anyway. It's quite mad that it doesn't have a fret marking dots on the end for the 24th fret or anything marking the 24th fret, because that's kind of off limits. It's like, what are you doing up here? This is extra. The extra couple of notes that are just like for if you're just wanting to be completely mad. I don't think 24 fret guitars were that common in 1987 either. And saying that Ibanez Roadster does have 24 frets. So it's a late 80s thing anyway. So fun guitar. I don't know, but if anyone's got this paint job and you know what it's actually called, that'd be pretty cool. I have seen this in the catalogue. This one's in a sort of, it's not gold, it's some sort of metallic rose colour. So it definitely came in other colours, this guitar. And I've seen the EC 29 and 36s in a sort of sky blue version with this with the dribble on it, and dribble, I might call it dribble paint, and there's a white one, but the black one looks the best. Rock and roll, and enjoy your isolation. I am enjoying my isolation, but let's be honest, we'll catch you later.